All right, let's get going, and we'll kick things off with Pennie's Executive Director, Devin Trolley. Go ahead, Devin.
Thanks, Chachi. Good morning and welcome, everyone. We're here today because this is a very important time for Pennsylvanians who need health coverage. There are major changes to be aware of this year, but what remains the same is that Pennie is here with high-quality coverage at lower costs for many enrollees. Pennie is the Commonwealth's official health insurance marketplace, and right now is the 2026 open enrollment period. This is the only time of year to enroll for 2026. So if you, your family, or someone you know needs health coverage, now is the time to act. Through Pennie, you can shop for health plans from all the major insurance companies. All health plans offered through Pennie have the highest consumer protections. They must help pay for a wide range of medical services, including hospitalization, prescription drugs, maternity care, mental health services, and much more. And all health plans must cover care for pre-existing conditions, must provide important financial protection.
The following portion of Good Day PA is sponsored by WellSpan Health, cold and flu season.
What?
Got it.
Right. Great.
Muted.
All health plans must cover care for pre-existing conditions, must provide important financial protection, especially during medical emergencies, and must offer free preventive services such as screenings. We've done a lot of listening to Pennsylvanians about what they are looking for in coverage, and we know that cost is the single largest factor in being covered. Pennie helps on cost because we are the only source of financial savings to lower the cost of coverage. These savings are through an on-the-spot federal tax credit that instantly lowers the monthly cost of health insurance. What you pay is based on what you make. However, despite what we hear every day from Pennsylvanians about needing more affordable coverage, federal policy changes will mean that costs are going up. A large portion of the premium tax credits expire on December 31st, unless Congress acts quickly to extend them. Without the full federal premium tax credit, costs for coverage are higher in 2026. Current enrollees are seeing a 102% increase in costs, a full doubling, which creates a major barrier to enrollment. Due to this change, we are already seeing the impact, with more people dropping coverage than are signing up. If Congress votes to extend these enhanced tax credits, Pennie is prepared to deliver these savings to PA as quickly as possible. Anyone who makes the tough decision to go uninsured because of the costs should keep watching for information from Pennie on any updates. We will make sure there is time to enroll if Congress makes coverage more affordable again. It's important to note that not all tax credits are expiring. 3 out of 4 enrollees can still receive some tax credits to lower the cost of coverage. Additionally, the cost increases vary widely across the state. So we strongly suggest everyone, whether you are a current enrollee or are new to Pennie, to check out all of the plan options for 2026. For current enrollees, action is needed to stay covered. All Pennie enrollees must update their information on their Pennie accounts. Due to recent federal changes, there are increased penalties if income information is not up to date. And all current enrollees should shop. Plans and prices change every year, and it's important to shop around, especially if your current plan is now too expensive next year with the decrease in federal premium tax credits. So in summary, that's update, shop, and stay covered. If you're uninsured, you might be wondering why get coverage at all. Having health insurance means you're protected from high medical costs in the event of an accident or illness. It means you can get preventive care, screenings, and prescriptions to stay healthy and catch issues early before they become emergencies. We've heard from Pennie enrollees that these screenings allow them to find and treat cancer early, and they credit having coverage for still being alive today. Health coverage isn't just about medical care, it's about peace of mind. When the unexpected happens, you can focus on getting better, not on how you're going to pay the bill. To get started, you can apply for tax credits and see your plan options all online at pennie.com. That's PENNIE.com. If you're new to Pennie, it only takes a few minutes to get a preview of your financial savings and plan options. And if you need help, Pennie offers free one-on-one assistance, online, over the phone, or in person. This support is available at no cost to you and in many languages. You'll hear from one of the assister organizations shortly. You can reach Pennie customer service at 844-844-8040 or find help at pennie.com/connect. Remember, open enrollment is happening now, and enroll by December 15th to ensure you have your new insurance cards by New Year's Day. Thank you, and I'll pass it back to Chachi.
Thanks, Devin. Yeah, very important to type in pennie.com, not just Googling whatever you PA health insurance. And really to talk more about that is the insurance commissioner, Michael Humphreys, who is also the chair of the Pennie Board of Directors. So Commissioner, take it away.
Yeah, thanks, Chachi, and thanks, Devin, for pulling this together. It's a very important time and a lot of key information for individuals today because Pennsylvanians are facing serious challenges due to Congress's failure to extend the enhanced premium tax credits that Devin mentioned before open enrollment began on November 1. So families are logging into Pennie now or talking to assisters or insurance agents and seeing significant premium increases for 2026. Pennie data shows that without EPTCs, nearly 500,000 Pennsylvanians are facing average premium increases of 102%, or well over $150 per person per month. And the increases, as Devin mentioned, they're being felt across the Commonwealth. The hardest hit Pennsylvanians are those people over 55 who earn just above the 400% FPL income cliff because they'll lose all premium health, even though they're still paying big healthcare costs. For example, a 60-year-old married couple in York County with $84,000 in annual income will see their monthly premium skyrocket from $581 today to $3,700 in 2026 per month. Even people earning under 150% of the federal poverty level will see these high increases. They'd pay about $100 to $120 more per month to keep their same plan. So what should consumers do? We want Pennsylvanians to know that despite the rising premiums, Pennie, our official state health marketplace, continues to offer a range of coverage options along with access to the financial assistance for those who qualify. We encourage consumers to review their current plan to see how the 2026 rates will affect their premium. Log into the system to check. Plan to compare the available plans. Everyone has a number of different options available to them. But remember that lower premiums sometimes mean higher out-of-pocket costs or narrower provider networks. So you always want to look also at the networks to make sure your doctors, the local hospitals, prescription medications that you may be on today will continue to be covered if you're looking to change a plan. And think about how healthcare costs for the next year ahead may factor into your budget. An important reminder also is this always comes up at open enrollment, is to really be mindful of the potential insurance scams that really proliferate around this time. Insurance fraud could take many forms, including too good to be true health insurance offers, inflated claims, fake policies, deceptive agents. We've seen it all. And unfortunately, these incidents really spike during open enrollment for health insurance because I think all those that would seek to do harm or to enrich themselves understand that this is when people are at their most vulnerable. This is when people are looking for that coverage for next year. So Pennsylvanians can avoid fraudulent scams by really being cautious of, in particular, the unexpected calls. You call Pennie, it's one thing. If you get calls from individuals really soliciting your business, be skeptical. Be skeptical about directly buying the coverage over the phone through an unsolicited call. And be wary that scam artists, they sometimes will even pretend to be from the Social Security Administration or from Medicare or really claim to be employees of the federal government. So one other important aspect that you can have to protect yourself is to check insurance licenses. There may be assisters, but there may also be insurance agents and brokers who need a license with the Pennsylvania Insurance Department to be selling you insurance coverage. So for those individuals who believe they've been targeted by a health insurance scam, you feel free to contact the insurance department by visiting pa.gov/consumer or by calling 1-866-PA-COMPLAINT. So again, we really can't stress enough how critical it is for Congress to extend the enhanced premium tax credits. You heard Devin mention already that Pennie will do everything they can to make sure people are paying the appropriate amount should Congress take action. 9 out of 10 Pennie enrollees used to qualify for tax credits. With EPTCs expiring, that drops down to about 7 in 10, a little bit more than that. Since these enhanced tax credits began in 2021, enrollment in Pennie has grown by 50%. Families can finally afford comprehensive coverage, and our whole healthcare system is benefiting as a result. So extending the EPTCs will keep people insured, keep premiums stabilized, and strengthen the risk pool, which helps bring down rates for everyone. So once again, I'd urge Congress to take action on EPTCs to ensure that hardworking Pennsylvanians and their families can afford the quality insurance that they want and they need. With that, Chachi, I will turn it back to you to introduce the next speaker.
Thank you, Commissioner. And I can't stress how much I love the fact that the phone number to call the insurance department is now a word, because we've done press conferences in the past and you've been rattling off those numbers. And I'm like, I work directly with you, and it's good to see it's PA complaint. And really stressing the importance and the impact that those enhanced tax credits have had on Pennsylvanians, accessing that comprehensive coverage. To speak a little bit more about that, bringing in another member of our Pennie Board of Directors and also the Executive Director for the Pennsylvania Health Access Network, FAN, Antoinette Kraus. So Antoinette, please.
Yeah, thank you for everyone for being here today. As Chachi said, I'm Antoinette Kraus. I'm the Executive Director of the Pennsylvania Health Access Network. We run a free consumer assistance program and are part of a network of Pennie assisters who are in local communities who can sit down with you. If you need a little extra help, we offer impartial assistance. We meet people at their local library. We're in local barbershops. We have office hours across the state. So if you want a little more help, you can find an enrollment assister in your community. You can sit down with them. You can call us at 877-570-3642. And we can help you navigate the process, because sometimes it's a little overwhelming or you just don't know where to start, and we're here to help you with that. I'll say the staggering cost increases for Pennie plans this year is absolutely unacceptable and completely avoidable. Congress still has time to act by extending the enhanced premium tax credits that have been a lifeline for Pennsylvania families. With prices up, we can't emphasize this enough. It's more important than ever to shop around and make sure you're getting the best coverage for your family. Many people will still find affordable options that meet their needs, especially with the help of a trained enrollment assister. Having health insurance can prevent medical debt. If you're in an accident or need emergency medical care, a Pennie plan will help to cover things like surgery or hospital stays that could otherwise be extremely costly and lead to significant medical debt. It also covers preventative care at no cost. If you wait until you get sick or injured to find health coverage, it will be too late to start. Start 2026 knowing that you and your family are covered and protected. If you've been renewing your plan and enrolling on your own in the past year, it's especially important this year to shop around and make sure you select the best plan for your family. An enrollment assister can help you consider your options and make sure the plan you select meets your family's needs, like making sure it covers your trusted doctors and regular medications. While some tax credits will no longer be available if Congress doesn't act, most people will still qualify for some form of financial assistance that will help make a plan more affordable. People of low income still may qualify for free or low cost plans. It's not too late for Congress to approve the tax credits. We urge them to get to work as soon as possible to try and alleviate pain before January 1st. It's especially important that even after you enroll, you keep an eye out from notices from Pennie about any changes to costs for 2026 plans. We've run into a lot of folks that are frustrated with the price increases and are facing difficult decisions, but please don't disregard communications from enrollment assisters or folks like Pennie or your health insurance plan, because things may change. So it's not too late. We urge Congress to act. If you want a little more help, the Pennsylvania Health Access Network is here. We have enrollment assisters. You can call or text us at 877-570-3642, and we can help walk you through the process. Don't walk away, because there may be options that you don't realize that are still available to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Antoinette. And that's so important. Our assister network, our broker network, pennie.com/connect is an easy way to connect with them, because a lot of enrollees and even the uninsured that are checking out their options can immediately get overwhelmed just by hearing the words health insurance and knowing that there's this vast community and network that's out there to help people understand that process and choosing the right plan for them is just letting folks know that we are here to help. And with Antoinette, your network that is helping folks day to day, it's just a real honor to have you join us, Tori, who is a Pennie enrollee that has been receiving those notices, have been receiving that communication about what these cost increases mean, and it's really affecting her actual monthly budget. So, Tori, thank you so much for joining us to talk about that today, and I'll pass it off to you to tell your story.
Thank you. And thank you to all of you for all the work that you do. This is my second year actually using FAN to help me sort through all of the information and choices that I have, and that's been extremely helpful because you start looking at numbers and your eyes start to cross. Unfortunately, I am in the category of Pennsylvanians this year who are seeing a nearly double in the cost that I am going to pay for my insurance premium. But despite that, the premium that I have selected is still the best option for me. And that was something that working with FAN was very helpful to figure out. It is just going to be just more, it's just going to cost more, but it's still the best health insurance that I can find. And having Pennie to look through all that information and having FAN to help with that as well has been extremely important for me. I am very disappointed that the tax credit did not get re-upped, and I'm hopeful that it might still happen, but despite that, again, I am still very grateful to Pennie and FAN for helping me figure out that that is the insurance that I need and I will use this coming year.
Thank you again for joining us, Tori. I really appreciate it. That concludes our speakers. So I know that I saw a couple names I recognize, members of the press. If you do have a question, I'm going to open it up for the Q&A now. Feel free to either raise your hand. I believe that you're able to come off mute, or you could just drop your name in the chat and I can call on you. So any questions? Nicole.
Hey, all. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. From WHYY, I have a couple questions, but I'm only going to ask one at a time so that I don't hog all the time. The first one I did want to ask, though, was Director Trolley. I know that you mentioned that you're already seeing some of the impacts of the sticker shock and people leaving. I'm wondering what that actually looks like, because I know, right, if people don't do anything, they still probably they will get auto renewed into their plans, which I know is not recommended. And then people can go in and manually make changes to their plans. But what does it actually look like for people who are leaving the marketplace? I didn't realize that was an option that they could actually do during open enrollment.
Yeah, it's a great question. So we do automatically renew people to really facilitate that continuity of coverage from year to year. This year, of course, the auto renewal price will be quite a bit higher. So that's why we're really encouraging people to come in and look at their options. But one of those options is for people to drop that coverage altogether. So if they see that higher price and they are not able to make that work, and then they come in and look at other options and they aren't able to find something that works within their budget, they are able to drop that coverage for 2026 so that it does not renew. And so what we have been seeing is that a lot of people have been making that tough decision to drop their coverage that they have. Oftentimes that means that will continue for the rest of 2025, but they're dropping the 2026 coverage that's in place. So we have been seeing that, and we're also tracking new enrollments, and typically we see a lot more new enrollments than we do people dropping coverage. This year it's in reverse. We see a lot more people dropping coverage than signing up for the first time, in about 2-to-1 ratio. So we're seeing twice as many people drop as sign up.
And if you don't mind me asking a follow-up question, because I know that open enrollment is the time for people to make changes. If somebody does leave the marketplace and stop, they don't actively, they choose to not enroll in a plan for 2026, is there any options after open enrollment ends for them? I just want to make it clear, what happens to those folks where they've made a decision now by the end of the year, and come early next year they realize, or their circumstances change and regarding income. Are there any options for them?
So the open enrollment period is the only time to enroll. So if they drop coverage and do not sign up for anything during open enrollment, which does go into January, if they do not sign up for anything during the open enrollment period, they would be locked out of coverage until next year. Now, if Congress acts to extend the tax credits sometime very late or early next year, we would really look to try to create opportunities for people to come back in and sign up with that additional affordability. But open enrollment is the only time of year to do those signups. And so, that's what we are seeing with people, is that's a tough trade-off, looking at the price increases that we see.
Unless, Devin, they have a change in life circumstance next year, right? Like if they have a baby, get married, you can come back and have a special enrollment period or a qualifying enrollment period.
People who lose coverage, move to the state, a lot of those major life events can qualify you for coverage. If you are uninsured and you don't have any of those, you are locked out until open enrollment.
Thank you for the clarity. I'll stop now to let others ask questions.
Go ahead, Matt.
Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Matt Kleindienst with Fox 43 News in York, Pennsylvania. A question for Tori. I know you mentioned that you were in that category of enrollees who are going to be seeing their premiums increase. Can you go into more? You mentioned about those prices doubling for you. Can you go more into the specifics about how much you'll end up paying per month? If these tax credits do end up expiring, and kind of your thought process as you were looking through the prices and seeing what those increases would look like for you, if you're able to elaborate on that.
Sure. Yeah, mine, we were talking before, there's a little bit of sticker shock with the prices that I have available to me. So with all the subsidies, I was paying $197 a month. And now with the same plan, because that was the best choice for me, was to keep the same plan that I had, because I have chronic illness and have a lot of specialists. So I need to keep the same plan that I have. It's going up to about $365 a month. So it's pretty intense, and I'm trying to figure it out. I'm a small business owner. I work for myself. So we'll see how that goes. But again, I needed to keep this coverage because I have chronic health problems, and I need to stay within the network of all the doctors that I have currently. So that was still the best option to me, to keep that plan.
And as kind of like a follow-up too, sorry to interject as well, when the deal came down and it was signed, and the coverage, the subsidies were promised to be, at least there was a set agreement to revisit this in December and not include this in the agreement to reopen the government. How surprised were you that the subsidies weren't included within that final agreement?
I wasn't too surprised, to be honest. I was sort of surprised at the way that it ended and who ended it. There was a lot of calling of senators that I did personally, and I know a lot of people in my situation did as well. So I'm not surprised. I am very disappointed.
All right, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions? I'll remind folks we'll be sending out a press release after this conference. So, Nicole.
Oh, thank you. I did have a quick question. A couple of people I've been talking to over the last weeks, and honestly further out months, I've been hearing more and more people mention catastrophic plans when they talk about what they're looking at this year. And I'm wondering if somebody could explain, what people might not be familiar with what catastrophic plans are and the risks that come with catastrophic plans. So I'm wondering if somebody could explain what those are and how they're different from some of the other, even like the lower level bronze plans on the ACA marketplace. And if you all too are hearing from some folks who are considering catastrophic plans because they are at monthly premium prices that they can afford, even with the astronomical deductibles that they come with.
Yeah, it's a great question, and that was a change made really pretty late in the year on the federal level to allow more access to catastrophic plans. And what I'll say is that they're not right for everybody, and they're really focused on protecting against, as the name implies, very serious emergent events, and the very high costs that come with that. Typically, they have, I think it's 3 primary care doctor visits that are covered, and then after that, almost everything you need to pay out a really high deductible before the coverage kicks in. And a really important aspect of catastrophic plans is that you cannot use premium tax credits towards the premium of a catastrophic plan. So that is a full price plan. And while that full price might be lower than some of the other levels of coverage, what we see is that it's still pretty high in a lot of situations. And so it may work for some people, that might be an option. But there are a lot of trade-offs to be made there around how high the deductible is before the rest of the coverage kicks in, and also looking at the fact that it is a full price plan and that premium tax credits cannot be applied to that plan. So in the Pennie plan, compare all of this becomes apparent because the catastrophic plans can be visible for people who are eligible for them. And you can really kind of see how the full price premiums in many cases aren't that much of a better deal, especially when you look at the deductibles that come along with that. But again, it's a really person by person situation of whether that would make sense for people, as long as they're going into it very clear-eyed.
No, that's helpful. Thank you. Because my understanding was catastrophic enrollment has declined over the years, right? Because other plans have become a lot more affordable. But I know that some people are worried that might be changing. This year, we'll see higher enrollment in catastrophic plans. My last question was probably for Antoinette or anyone. I was wondering about the Navigator program. I know that obviously over the years, funding for the Navigators has changed a lot from the federal government, right? We lost more funding for the Navigator program earlier this year again. And so I'm wondering what that looks like, if Navigators are still very much available in Pennsylvania, or if they've, had a lot of wait, if there's a large demand for Navigators and enrollment assisters in Pennsylvania, especially this year.
Yeah, so I will say Pennie has invested in a robust Navigator program. As one of the assisters in that network, the demand this year is more than ever. We've seen 2 to 3 times the calls that we normally receive in the first couple weeks. And folks just really want to sit down, right? They're panicked. They're trying to make a decision. They don't know what to do. They're paralyzed. And sitting down with a Navigator has really helped them think about, well, maybe I had a gold plan, but maybe I can get a silver plan that meets my needs. So, it's more important now than ever. And there is a robust Navigator program across the state and every region outside of just the Pennsylvania Health Access Network. So, we're glad in Pennsylvania that we're able to offer that one-on-one extra support through that impartial Navigator program.
And just to really draw a distinction there, because we run the state-based marketplace here in Pennsylvania, we are the ones who determine how much money to put in the Navigator program. We are not subject to those changes at the federal level, which is one of the benefits of operating at the state level, that we can really make that decision based on what we know people are looking for and what people need in terms of support, and adjust our levels of outreach accordingly. We do have a new approach in place this year that provides a really expanded network across the state to get those in-person resources. So I think it's a great year to have that in place, but just emphasizing that because we are state-run, we really get to, we are protected against seeing the ups and downs of those numbers at the federal level.
Thank you all so much. Tori, did you say what county, where do you live in Pennsylvania?
I live in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And also just to follow up, I used FAN and it was great. And there was it was the same service that I received last year, despite the volume of calls they're receiving. it was still just as helpful as it has been. So yeah.
Thanks so much. Thanks all.
All right, we'll be sending out our press release following this call. So appreciate everybody's participation, especially you, Tori. Devin and Commissioner Humphreys and Antoinette, we always appreciate your time, but Tori, a little bit more. Just really appreciate you taking time out of your day to stress the importance of being covered. So thanks everybody for your time today, and have a great afternoon.